Sue is Vice President and Flinn Family Chief Nurse Executive at CDH. And for National Nurses Week, Sue, we thank you for the great work you do and have done.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And happy Nurses Week to all my nursing colleagues out there, and a heartfelt thanks to all the nurses at Northwestern Medicine who make a difference in the lives of our patients.
They sure do.
Yeah, I bet they do. You guys miss Dr. Most?
Definitely. Yeah. Terribly. He was an icon here at Central DuPage, and we miss him terribly.
He's a good dude, and he still does things in medicine every day, but right now he's lifting boxes. All right, so Sue, tell me the type of nursing you've done in your career.
Oh, gosh, I have been a neonatal nurse for the majority of my career, was a neonatal nurse practitioner, and have been one for about 40 years. Wow. I stopped practicing that about 4 years ago. Have been in a variety of roles, from leadership to now chief nurse for the last 4 years here at Central DuPage Hospital.
Sue, we love our nurses, so thank you. My mother was a nurse, and always very proud of her. There's a moment, and I know her story, but everyone has this story. What is the moment you knew that you wanted to be a nurse as your career?
You know, my mom was a nurse, and so I saw her as I was growing up to care for all the patients that she was, the care that she was giving to all of her patients. And I knew that was something that I wanted to do. And I also knew I wanted to be specifically a neonatal nurse because I had a family that was very ingrained in our family, and they always had foster children and specifically foster babies. And so I knew that was my passion. And so I knew I wanted to be a nurse specifically for babies.
That goes to a larger question, which I've heard before. My daughter-in-law is a nurse. My wife was initially trained as a nurse. And I hear people say it's a thankless job. I'm sure some days it can be, but you must have incredible joy in your job along with real moments of sadness.
Definitely a lot of joy. And if you think about, you take a patient from the time that they walk in and they're in this very vulnerable state of whether it be, dealing with a new chronic illness, whether it be dealing with an acute illness, and you take them from that place to having hope and being able to look at their future in a different way. And that is what brings a lot of joy to our nurses. And so really it's about making that transition from illness to wellness and ensuring that they have a great outlook on what's going to happen in the future days.
So, and you see these beautiful stories, you see sad stories, you live this, you help us. What do you do to keep yourself healthy? Because as a nurse, we rely on you.
Yeah, you can't get sick. We need to.
I mean, she needs the rest. She needs to exercise.
Listen,
all of
you can't get sick. You can't have any days off. Now go.
Exactly. No, you know what? I have an amazing family, and for me, it's all about family and about what you do to bring joy to yourself in your life. And for me, it's my family and my grandkids. And so I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old. Saw them last night, and they're just such a joy, and it fills my cup every time I see them and interact with them and see them grow as people.
It's very cool. I had a similar experience yesterday. We're blessed to have our grandkids near us, and to see those little knuckleheads running around playing tag, and just
falling in the creek.
Yeah, or falling in the creek. I mean, just having a good time.
And then you send them home to your kids, to their parents.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I burned, Sue, and this is verifiable. I burned over 500 calories watching them play tag.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. For youngsters, maybe high schoolers even, who are thinking about nursing as a career after all these years, do you recommend it? What do you want to say to them?
100% I recommend it. It is a profession that gives back. And if you think about life and the life that we have and what we can do with it, it's about giving back to our community. It's about giving back to our patients. And it's also something that fulfills you as a human being. And so I highly recommend nursing as a profession. The beauty about nursing is that it is so diverse, and there are so many things that you can do within the profession of nursing. We have a career tree here, and you can be anything from somebody who delivers outpatient chemotherapy to someone who cares for neonates to someone who, takes you from your congestive heart failure and needs you to, create this new regime in your life in order to fulfill your best self. And so there's so much diversity and ability to grow within the profession. You can do leadership, you can do finance, you can do so many different things within nursing. And so it is a profession that I have found to be very rewarding throughout my life.
Well, we thank you, and we thank the staff, and I have had to be cared for on a couple of occasions by the good people at Central DuPage Hospital. And they were fantastic. And the shrimp cocktail, tremendous. But no, Sue, great work. And always take time as family members to thank a nurse. And when you hit that call button, just know they're doing a lot. Give them a second. Think ahead if you can.
Be nice to your nurses.
So
Yes.
happy
you,
Nurses
Sue.
Week. Thanks for representing.
Thank you. Appreciate
There you
it.
go.
Have a great day.
And Dr. Kevin Most will join us after the bottom of the hour. CDH, one of the best hospitals in the country. They have a great nursing staff. But I rarely run into a nurse where I think, well, they're not enjoying their work. Or, I mean, it's hard work, man. It is hard work.
It really is hard work. And you think about it, they're working, say you're in the hospital, they're working overnight.
Yeah.
They're working during the day. Everybody needs something. So when, I've been in the hospital and the pretty nurse comes in with their nice smile, like, what do you need? And, just kind of your only friend at that moment is your nurse.
Especially in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, they have heard the line before, I guess this isn't a good place to sleep, huh? Because they're always coming in. They got to give you medicine or whatever the case may be.